How's it going, everybody? Dieter Kurtenbach here at Chase Center, where the Warriors just got a big fat dose of reality handed to them by the Los Angeles Clippers. Warriors lose 141-122. The game wasn't even that close. It was a laugher in favor of the Los Angeles Clippers, who frankly will win every game that they decide they want to win this year. They're so much better than the competition, and Kawhi Leonard is the best player on the planet right now. Let's go over the three things from this game. Basically, it's offense, defense, and silver linings. Let's start with the defense, because the defense, in the words of Draymond Green, and anyone who watched this game with a rudimentary understanding of basketball would call it atrocious, and it absolutely was. Technically speaking, this was one of the great offensive performances of all time for the Los Angeles Clippers. Not just Clippers history, which isn't all that great. I'm talking NBA history. They had an effective field goal percentage, which is essentially calculating threes as 50% better than twos, because they are, of 73%. That's only been done 11 times since 1983 when they started keeping that stat. That is incredible for the Clippers and horrendous for the Golden State Warriors. And I just don't know how it's going to get much better. Now, they will not have to play a team as good as the Clippers every game, but boy, the Warriors were just porous. The Clippers could have scored 160 points in this game if they had wanted to. They made minor adjustments, and it just blew the game wide open. The Clippers started off with a 14-0 lead, which seemed to be a trend in the preseason for the Warriors. I guess that carries forward into the regular season. Warriors get back into it a little bit with D'Angelo Russell, putting up a couple of baskets in a row, getting the crowd into it, but from there on out, it was all Clippers. They were scoring inside. They were 80% in the paint. They were scoring outside, above 50% shooting from beyond the arc. Kawhi Leonard was dominant in the mid-range. The Warriors came into this game, and I was telling people, and it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out, that they didn't have any good perimeter defenders, that they were going to be extremely questionable on the interior defense, and that their backcourt wasn't all that great on the defensive side. And all that we saw was basically that manifest to the nth degree against the Clippers, who knew exactly how to attack the Golden State Warriors. It was really, 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 really bad. Draymond Green was a minus 35 in this game. That is the worst regular season game, plus minus, of his entire career. D'Angelo Russell was also a minus 35, though I'm really not sure what we should have expected from him. He has been a absolutely terrible defender his entire NBA career. It doesn't look like he's going to get into the habit of stopping guys anytime soon. The best player on defense for the Warriors was unquestionably Kevon Looney. He came in, made a little bit of an impact, but then he hurt his hamstring again and sat out most of the game. I think he played only about 10 minutes. Defensively, this team is going to be a mess all year. I just cannot see a way in which they are not a bottom half of the NBA defense, and that's if Draymond Green really takes these guys to another level. They have a chance to be one of the worst defenses in the NBA, which is crazy because defense is something that they have hung their hat on for years under Steve Kerr. Let's talk about the offense. It was also very bad. Now, they scored 122 points, and you might be thinking, that's pretty good. And I guess it is. They didn't do anything all that impressive. Steph Curry was pedestrian, 8 turnovers, 23 points, 2 of 10 from beyond the arc. That is not the kind of performance that's going to win the Warriors any games. He needs to be superhuman on a night-in, night-out basis. Again, pedestrian. D'Angelo Russell scored the first 10 points for the Warriors, then decided to take the next 52 points off before he scored again. It just wasn't impactful enough for the Warriors to really compete in this game. And outside of those two guys, they don't really have any offensive players. Draymond Green got injured in this game. He has a bit of a nerve thing in his elbow. The guy's already got crab meat in his shoulder. If this was the year that he was going to regain his shooting touch, I think that we can kind of throw that notion out the window with this injury tonight. Kevon Looney made a 3 from the corner. He seemed to be the second best offensive player, but again, he only played 10 minutes. You have Jordan Poole shooting. Three-point variance is a thing. The Warriors haven't known about it for the last few years because they've been so talented. Not only are the Warriors now dealing with three-point variance, they're dealing with Jordan Poole, a rookie's three-point variance, as more or less the arbiter of if they have a good offensive night or not. I just didn't see anything that they can hang their hat on that side of the ball. I didn't see any chemistry between D'Angelo Russell and Stephen Curry. It looked like they were sort of individual contractors that were on the same floor at points. There are so much that they have to do to look cohesive, and when you're not able to defend anybody, that is not a good place to be. Let's go over the pluses. There weren't very many. In fact, there were only 2. Jacob Evans had 14 points. This is his second year. He made as many three-pointers tonight as he did his entire rookie season, and I thought Looney was really good, but his hamstring acted up, so what's it matter? The Warriors are going to play the Oklahoma City Thunder on Sunday. If they do anything against the Thunder like they did against the Clippers, they're going to lose that game too. Reality is setting in, folks. It's one game. It's one game. You don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill. But that was a little bit more than a molehill. That was absolutely atrocious. That was all the worst fears coming into fruition for one quite terrible game on national television, no less. The Warriors have to be a lot better. I just don't know how they figure it out in the next couple of days. We will talk after that contest, though.